So this is another triangular robot design. What were your thoughts going for that as opposed to a simpler two-wheel differential drive?
Well, it seems like a pretty cool idea, especially because it makes it a lot easier. Makes it a lot easier to align people because you can translate them and just like rotate the wheel and some other things that are doing.
All right, and then you're also, if I remember correctly, I have it written down. You try to use an optical mouse for odometry on your wheels, is that right?
Yes, we tried. We did it all set up and we put it on like shocks so it could keep it low to the ground. But then after some testing, it just seemed way too noisy to be functional for odometry. Like for 5 seconds, it would have 10–30% error. So it's pretty useless.
10 to 30% error, you mean the number of ticks you would get for a single revolution?
Well, the result after 5 seconds, if we just went forward the same amount of time. Computer trials, and it was very, very good.
So we're now waiting for a restart on the computer for reasons that are, of course, mystical to all of us. Hopefully, though, we're not using any fancy. We're using, just to spread the free software word, we're using Ubuntu, which is a wonderful, wonderful Linux distribution for those of you who don't know. Highly recommend it for all of your computing needs. So that's actually another thing that's worth mentioning. The computers, the operating systems that are on the computers are a relatively stripped down version of what you might have. We try and really just get rid of all the fluff, anything that might be taking up CPU cycles, slowing the robot down, we get rid of. So it's a completely command line interface. There are no graphics whatsoever on the bot itself. So over here you can see some of the designs that you guys went through. Has anything changed significantly since then?
Not really. We scrapped the second layer, but that didn't really make any significant difference. Anything in particular would be up there.
You can also see, I hesitate to call it embarrassing, but I do think that's what it is. A picture where you're jammed with a red ball right in the corner there. Are you guys working to avoid that situation at all now?
Yeah, well, the issue there was 2 pulse sensors were being hit, and it only would respond to the first one looked at, rather than summing the values.
All right, well, it looks like it's found its first ball already. So in contrast to a team we saw earlier, as soon as you see a red ball, you open the gate right away, right?
Yes.
And you're not worried about losing balls while that gate is open.
Well, we are, and it sometimes happens, but we didn't really have anything specific to get it does happen. Right now, I guess it's trying to wall all of it.
So are multiple sensors going off on it, or what are you doing with this?
I think there's a transition between wall following states because of the weird pole position.
So you have more than one wall following behavior.
Well, the wall fall, like the entire system is set up as a finite state machine, and the wall falling individually is also its own smaller finite state machine.
So it seems to be very methodically going through. Are you guys doing any sort of rough, don't go where we've already been? It seems to be going flying through the field in a very good way.
No, there's no mapping or memory that happening.
So it seems that there's a limit on the total number of balls that you can have?
Yes, and we do use a photo detector to see if there's Oh yeah, we do check to see if like a ball crosses a photo detector with an LED. So normally we don't have issues with getting too many balls. I think it has more than does.
Managed to keep them in. So I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused. The photo detector, where is that? Oh, it looks like you might be going in for a bit of excitement.
Oh no.
Is it able to collect that last one wedged up against the wall, or are those just lost causes for you guys?
We have a certain procedure where it tries to close the gate and kind of twist to either grab onto it or dislodge it, but it doesn't necessarily always work.
Seems to see another ball in the corner. Are you going to spin around this, or just hit it? Just shoot right by it. Yeah. I'd like to now remember my staff numbers, not to use black. So were there any major problems that you faced throughout the course of the design and building of the robot?
Sure, let's see here. Initially we had issues with the Omni wheels in that the, let's extract square, in that they required more torque and the rotary heads were tight torque enough, so it would not start. We managed to find two that were from some past year that were like the optimal ratio of torque and speed, or close to it.
Right, so Maslab can unfortunately only provide a certain kind of motor, and it's not necessarily well suited for Omni wheels because they just require so much more current than we had anticipated. But it seems like you guys are getting by okay. And are those, am I correct that those are bump sensors around the wheels?
Yes, we have whisker switches with a piece of metal curved around the wheel.
And we're coming up on the final minute, but with two balls possibly in possession and right near a goal, who knows? Oh, it looks like...
It's possible that was a failure on the account of procedure to check to see if the images has changed enough in case the pump sensor blind spot gets stuck.
But it looks as though it might be entering another goal scoring stage, is that right?
It's trying to score again.
There's 10 seconds. It looks like it is aired on the side of caution and decided to stop just before 5 minutes. So, great ride.